Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today we will be taking out the North Carolina, and my god, it's such a huge improvement over the Colorado. Don't get me wrong, Colorado's isn't that terrible of a ship. It's nothing compared to like the Miyogi or the Kawachi, which I hated the Kawachi. It's terrible. It's in the same group, but it's not as bad. Um, the North Carolina is a major improvement, like I said. Let's go over the basics, and as I go, I'll compare it to the Colorado, and you'll see how good it is. Alright, wrong button. Hit points is pretty good, 53,700. Now, this is the stock hull. This is not the completely upgraded North Carolina. Once you get the upgrade to the hull, your health increases to, I believe, about 60,000. So you get about 70,000 more. 70,000 more health points. Good lord. 7,000 more health points. So, does definitely help. It's a little expensive. It's about 4 million credits to do it. So that's why I haven't got it. The armor is 19 to 305. Major obviously is going to be below your turrets and by your citadels. Artillery is where it gets really nice. The ship has 3 main turrets with 3 guns each, all firing 406 millimeters with a range of about 20. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. 21.1 kilometers. A huge improvement over the 16.7 kilometers of the Colorado. You have 1 additional guns, and their layout is what you would expect with further higher tier U.S. battleships. Say the Iowa or the Montana. Montana, you have additional gun in the back, but that's besides the point. So you have to play her more where you're facing the enemy with your bow to help prevent ricochets of armor piercing, as well as preventing citadels, which you can get citadel obviously against Montanas, Yamatos, and other North Carolinas even. Secondary armament is very nasty. You have 10 dual 127 millimeter with a 4.5 kilometer, so it's not the greatest thing. It's nothing compared to like a Japanese battleship, which has an outrageous amount of secondary armaments, but it's definitely going to help you against the destroyers that try to get close. And probably what I would recommend is get the 4th skill, no, not the 4th skill, is the 5th skill of the improved accuracy of the secondary armaments, which might help, but there's actually a better skill that works better for US battleships than that, and that is the concealment, which we'll talk about in just a sec. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go to the AA defense. She is godly against aircrafts. She has 46 20 millimeters, 6 dual 40 millimeters, 4 quad 40 millimeters, and the dual purpose of the secondary armaments really saves your ass. And so what I probably would recommend is go for the increase of the AA defense for your U.S. battleships. That's what I would recommend, especially when you're going up against the higher tier battleships where they have very deadly torps, and especially against the new U.S. battleship, not battleships, U.S. carrier dive bombers, which have a 1,000-ton bomb, which is very devastating. Maneuverability is where she's amazing. This is after you get the upgrade to the engine, which I do recommend because she's fairly slow when you first get her, 24.4 knots, and she goes up to about 27.5. Turning circle radius is a lot smaller than the Amagi, 760 millimeters. Meters, that's a fast turning ship. Meters, and the rudder shift time is kind of like a brick. It's 18.2 seconds. But once you get the second hull upgrade, that increases or decreases the rudder shift time, so she'll turn a lot faster. Concealment is really nice. It's 15.7 kilometers for surface detectability versus I think it's about 17.1 kilometers for the Amagi. So you can get definitely a lot closer to other ships than the Amagi would be able to. So play the US battleships, I highly recommend, with a lower detectability. Lets you get out of range a lot quicker, which the speed definitely does help, and get closer to ships so you can really pummel them with your guns. So let's go ahead. I'll just show off what the upgrades I'm talking about. This is the propulsion, and I did not go for the increase of the firing range. Now, the reason why I did not go for it was the further away an enemy is, the more dispersion your shells are going to have. Yes, granted, you can get the 23.3, and you'll have already, as is, the stock of the North Carolina's range is about 3 kilometers more than the stock of the Amagi. The Amagi has about 18 and can get it upgraded to about 19 kilometers roughly, but you'll still have more range than the Amagi would. So a huge upswing for the US battleships on the tier 8 line. So definitely, I didn't go for the upgrade on that. I rather just stick with the 21. Yeah, you could go for it, but I'm not going to. The second, once you get the whole B, the maneuverability, like I was saying, the rudder shift time drops down to 13.8 seconds. So yes, that's gonna be a huge benefit. And once you get the, oh, I was wrong. It is actually about 12,300. So you get a total of 66,000. So yes, it is expensive, but I can't wait till I get there. For my captain, I went through. Probably need to redo this. But I went for situation awareness, turning of the guns, basic survivability, decrease of fire, alert to fire alert. Now, some people probably would not recommend it, but it has saved my ass by knowing that someone's firing at me and turning my ship away. Instead of being Citadel, I actually survive. And I went for the Superintendent. Now, I'm working on my way up to at least the concealment. That is my plan. I would probably recommend, if you or if you're working away, get concealment expert for your battleship of the U.S. Because once you get to the Montana and you're going up against the Yamato, being a little bit more sneaky is going to save your life. So let's go ahead and take her into battle. See you there. Alright, everyone. Welcome back to... Actually, we're doing a replay. The reason why I wanted to do a replay on the North Carolina and not do an actual battle is because this game in particular was extremely close. It's very exciting, maybe more so when I was playing it, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'll be demonstrating everything that you should be playing as the North Carolina. So to start off, let's just go ahead and just review what's the team. There is a Rihol, us, a New Mexico, Fuso, Otago, Atlanta, Pensacola, two Miyokos, a Mahan, Hatsuharu, and a Farragut. On the enemy team, they have an Independence, two North Carolinas, Admiral Hipper, Atlanta, Pensacola, Miyoko, Cleveland, two Hatsuharu, a Farragut, and Agnoivai. I hate that. Hate that Russian. No offense, anyone who is Russian. I just have a terrible time pronouncing your words. So we are on trap right now, heading towards A. Most of the team is following in line, but we do have a New Mexico that's going way out there. I have no idea what he's doing or why he's trying to traverse around that island like that, but he is. So, like I said, this battle was very exciting. And if you notice that I am trying to keep my ship as straight as possible, very rarely you'll be able to use your back gun, because you don't always want to be turning your side to the enemy if you can help it. So this is kind of how you should be playing in future battles, in higher tier battles. because you can get seriously wrecked by battleships. So I do slow up. My range is fantastic. I don't have to worry about it. We have a Miyoko way out there. He's coming in line, and there's that North Carolina. Seeing if I could actually take a shot at him, but he's outside my range. Now I could probably get him if I had that increase of range, but like I said, not really worth it. Takes a big hit from, I'm guessing, the Fuso. Looks like that. We're going to take our shots. That grouping is fairly nice. Now, I would have to say, ooh, Citadel, and our first kill. First blood, devastating strike. Oh yeah. Now, I have noticed the dispersion on the guns are something left to be desired for. They are kind of bad. That first grouping was fairly nice. But we have a Pensacola moving in. I really want to get him because he has shit armor. But, maybe we can get him. Maybe. So we are slowly pushing towards A, and the team has already captured B, knocked out one of our destroyers, and they will be taking C here in a little bit. Since most of our team went to capture A, we're going to take a shot at this Pensacola. I don't think we're going to get him. Yeah, just 3 hits. Didn't do much damage, and we had to slow up because of this Miyoko. I have no idea what he's doing, but we are extremely close. Let's see. We have Cleveland way out there. I'm guessing that North Carolina is taking some pot shots at us. And these North Carolinas are doing they're trying to retreat. They are trying to turn back, but they are also providing a nice broadside. And so that allows me to get a good hit. We did 8,000 damage right there. We have a Pensacola coming around the corner. And can we get a hit? I don't think we will. I think it's going to go too far behind. Oh, we got 1 hit. No damage. And can we kill him? Yeah, no. Completely missed. Alright, so if you have noticed that at this time being, I am backing up. This is what a lot of North Carolina players will be doing. They'll get in a situation where their bow is pointed forward, they're fairly well angled, and instead of pushing forward, they'll start backing up. This prevents them from actually getting attacked by the entire team. Instead of pushing forward, getting right into the center of everything. Your reverse isn't that quick, and we got another 8,000 damage on that North Carolina. And there's a Hatsuharu 11 kilometers away. Some very deadly torpedoes. I'm trying to remember the range. I want to say it's about 10 or 15 kilometers, probably 10 more than likely, and he's providing a good broadside. He is turning, and these shots will more than likely miss. And there's that Pensacola. Really wanted to take him out, but not meant to be. So now that most of their enemy team is retreating, and he's going to take a big torpedo hit, we're going to push forward. How many torpedoes is he going to get? All of them, all 5. And yeah, we have a Hatsuharu coming up on our side. But at this time, I am not paying attention at all. Now I see him. I'll start turning because, yep, there are torpedoes scattered by that frigate. Thank you, frigate. So I am able to turn and get out of the way. Now what I should probably do is focus on this Hatsuharu, because he is a much more major threat to us than anything else. But I didn't, and this will cost us. So like I said, we don't have any caps right now. The enemy team has B and C, and they're trying to take A, but fortunately we're in the cap, so we are preventing them. Did, yeah, kind of okay damage on that North Carolina. He looks like he's healing. Alright, Hakaym, pay attention to this hot tower. He's 5 kilometers away from you. 5 kilometers. Yes. Focus on him. I don't know why I didn't. But fortunately, this Hatsuharu is focusing on that Fuso. Don't know why I'm more of a major threat than he is. But our secondaries are opening up. And like I said, the secondaries are fantastic at this short range. You only have one type. So that's the only downside. So everything is 4.5 kilometers. And this Fuso is going to die. Now the Hatsuharu is going to look at us. Just missed him. We have 2 shots. This has got to kill him. Fire 1. There we go. 4,000 damage. Fire the second salvo. And our first kill of the day with armor piercing shells. Which I'm glad that actually worked. So now that there is no more people in this area, we can start capping. And we are at a deficit right now. We are at 225 versus 614. Yikes. So this game is fairly close. We are even on the scores. Sorry, on the scores. Yes. So we do have a Cleveland coming around this corner, and I kind of dropped the ball because Dowsey, which is this frigate behind us, thinks we should take on this Cleveland, and this Cleveland should not be a big threat to you. They can be citadel very easily, versus when I was in like the Fuso, I always had trouble citadeling a Cleveland. I don't know if they reduced the armor rating, but it was hard to citadel. But first salvo out. And what I should be doing is turning hard to starboard so I can bring my back gun in. If I brought my back gun, I could bring in more shots than I should be doing right now, but I don't. And this is gonna nearly cost this poor frigate player. We do a good hit. He's turning away. Those are very nice shots. A little high though. Did 5,000 damage, and I'm coming to a halt. I need speed back up. So yes, right now we are at the enemy team's at 750, and fortunately we are capping B, so that is help preventing them. But yeah, we really need to push, or else we are gonna lose this. Can we get the kill? Fire a second salvo. Or third salvo for those people who have been counting. Can we get the kill? No. Gotta turn. Fire a back gun. High dispersion on that. And got a measly 1,310. This guy is just not dying. Fortunately, he is focusing on us. Probably because the frigate, I'm guessing. Ooh. North Carolina is really want me. Fortunately, the frigate turned around, and he is trying to run, but I don't think he's going to survive, especially if he turns back in like this, and he is dead. Alright, that's our third kill of the day. And that's going to definitely help us. So now we're going to push our way towards B. Our team did capture B, but we are still about 400 points down. And if you notice, we're being detected. So that means there's a destroyer around here somewhere. Know where he is. Taking another shot, and there's that frigate. But something seems a little bit odd about that frigate. The frigate's not moving. He is AFK, which is something our team really needed, because obviously we were having issues at the very beginning of the game. So we are at the moment focusing on the North Carolina, and we have Atlanta coming in behind us. And if you notice, I have this mod that shows what type of shells a little bit more clearly. I know it's not very accurate, but it does help you in the long run. If you notice what the Atlanta is firing, blue is armor piercing, red is high explosive. Is he gonna fire? He is firing armor piercing at a destroyer. Keep track on how long it's taking him to kill this frigate. He's in Atlanta. He has so many guns. And he's doing very minimal damage to this frigate. Do have an Admiral Hipper way out there. Thought about firing on him. This Atlanta is still peppering this frigate. I'm just... Some people are... well, I don't want to say that. Complete idiots. You should know. You should know what you should be firing. You've been playing this game for how long? And you're firing armor piercing at a destroyer. A AFK destroyer. But that should be like killed in the first 10 seconds. A non-moving destroyer. Should have been killed very quickly. But I think he pretty much ignores us. And we are still trying to take on this North Carolina. We do have some torpedo bombers coming in. And our AA is lighting up the dive bombers off to our side. But I think the enemy carrier wants to take out the friendly CB. This guy is so low. We already shot down one plane too. Not bad. But we are so close to losing. We really need to cap because they took back B, and that they're at 819. Our AA is really chewing up these dive bombers. Another plane down. This guy is extremely low on health. That squadron was completely mauled by us. Let's see. Ooh, decent damage, 7,000. He is extremely low on health. Needs one more salvo. Can we get one more salvo? You probably know the answer to this. Yeah, we can get one more salvo out on him. He's so close to dying. Let's follow these shots, and they are decently grouped. Coming right in. And boom. Our 4th kill of the day. Just what we needed. So the enemy team has a Admiral Hipper, North Carolina, and the carrier of the Independence variety. Couldn't remember which carrier they had. So we do have the North Carolina, not providing a amazing broadside, but still good enough for us to take a pot shot. It looks like he slowed down too, because only one hits, and that is the dispersed shell that went hard right. So we have captured B, and we are still pushing forward, but they are still over 200 points ahead of us, and we have about 3 minutes and 50 seconds to win, if we're gonna win at all. I'm gonna fire once more at the North Carolina, and I believe the Admiral Hipper is firing AP at us. Let's see. Fairly minimal damage, honestly. Probably would have done a little bit better if it was HE. Probably set a fire that would have done a little bit more damage. And now we have some more dive bombers. And there's the Independence way over there. Now, if I could go back and slap myself, I would tell myself, don't worry about the Independence. Because it's going to be hard to kill him. And I just go ahead and fire. Don't know why. But that dive bomber group that went for us is dead. Completely dead. Completely destroyed them all. So, fortunately, I do get the hint, I guess, from my future self. And I do turn and going to focus on the North Carolina, which just went behind that island. So instead, we have a wonderful broadside of the Admiral Hipper. I think he's going to turn away because we do have the ally Prusik of the Myoko. 4,000 damage, not bad. The Atlanta has decided to switch to HE. So our back gun is slowly turning around. Don't think we're ever going to get a nice hit. Maybe. Let's see. There's that North Carolina once more. Can we get a good salvo on him? And if look at the scores. I know I keep bringing up the score, but they're at 935. If they survive for either 2 more minutes or less than that, they're going to win. They're all decently health. And they're about to take out our ally Myoko. And I'm yelling at people. I'm like, need a cap C! Don't worry about the CV as much. And here's a shot in for the books. Here's that Admiral Hipper. Let's follow it and look at this grouping. Especially the front grouping. Boom! Citadel! We got High Caliber, Confederate, and Kraken Unleashed. And that saved our ass. The reason why it saved our ass was they were about to win. And that dropped them down. Now we're at 858 versus 952, and we are taking C. So they can no longer gain points. Now this North Carolina is running away as quick as he can. And we have the Independence coming around that island. Now if I was this Independence, I would have turned around. Because you have 2 destroyers. Maybe he doesn't know that they're there. But he has 2 destroyers and Atlanta right there. And they are launching their torpedoes. Torpedoes. And our points are bringing up. And we have 30 seconds. This is coming right down to the wire. We just need to either kill an enemy. Yeah, we just need to kill an enemy because I don't even think we're going to get above. Maybe. 17 seconds. Kill an enemy. We'll get more points. They lose points. 12 seconds. 11. There's that carrier destroyed. It's 991. And this is going to be it for this video. So you guys have a great day. Zaijian.